What is shaking, everybody? Welcome back to the Spinz Vinyl channel. I am here as usual on a Monday with Chris. Chris, what's up?
What's up, Jason? Happy Monday, man.
Happy Monday, dude. Who would have thought that Mondays would be so hype? Thank God it's Monday.
Yeah, Mondays are the new Fridays, I guess.
Monday's the new Friday.
Monday's the new Friday in the VC.
Yeah, baby. So what's up, everybody? We hope you're all doing good. Shout out anyone in the stream right now. Definitely drop us. Danny, what's up? What's
Danny
good,
C.
Danny? What's good, baby? Welcome, welcome. We are glad to see you here. We got some fun content for you today. And don't worry, we're not going to keep you too late. We're going to do probably about an hour, maybe some change. We'll see how it goes. But we want to get into a lot of emails dropped recently. There's been a lot of emails. And I know Chris is subscribed to him. He's forwarding them to me. I'm so, my thing is like used records, hit the record store, hit Discogs, hit eBay. And I'm not as attuned to this stuff as I should be. So I'm glad Chris sent me the emails. We're going to end up on it. They're going to get another email soon on the email list. I've already started to subscribe to some of these things. But I'm just looking. I'm not buying. I'm just window shopping. But we got some fun stuff. There is actually a lot of cool stuff coming out here. We're just at the top of 2025, so we thought let's get into it. Jason Rojas, what's up? Monday's the new Friday. That's what my friend would say when he dragged into happy hour. Yeah, baby. Well, and it's like 7 a.m. is the new 5 p.m. in that case.
And the first 5 days of the weekend are the hardest,
Yeah, when that 2 day turns into a 5 day, next thing you know, you're like, wait, I'm 3 days late for work. The good old days. That never happened to me. I never got caught up in Vegas late on a Monday. Yeah, calling in and all that crap. Anyway, all right. So let's get right to it. We only got about an hour, so let's rock some of this. Oh, by the way, of course I figured out a way to parlay this. Chris and I coordinated, parlay this into a game. We got to make it a game, and today we got Smash or Pass. Vinyl pre-order edition. That's right, folks. Smash or pass. You know it. You love it. It can refer to anything you want, including vinyl records. These reissues, particularly, we got, I think, a 15 or so on tap here, Chris. And these are all upcoming, as far as I know. I'm sure Jason Rojas will let us know if we get one wrong. But as far as I know, these are all going to be upcoming pre-orders on these. So let's run through these. We want you guys to also jump in here. In fact, let me bring up all the right softwares so I can do this.
Jason, while you're bringing up the software, I want to talk about our sponsor today.
Let's do it.
Friend of the show, Danny C, has a project called Interface Theory, which is available on all streaming platforms. Danny didn't approve this description of his music, but it is electronic, programmed, a lot of keyboards, a lot of synth style action. I just copped his last 2 CDs. I think he has 1 or 2 other albums that are available on streaming, but give this a listen, give this a stream, go on Bandcamp. Danny's got his CDs up there. Highly recommend it. I haven't opened mine yet because I've been listening to him on Tidal. But I'm going to give these a spin this week, and just wanted to shout him out. And I'll mention these later on. But Danny, good friend of the show, real great music cat. Definitely check out his music. Again, it's called Interface Theory.
Wow. Nice shout out, dude. You got the physical media right there. Yeah, I've been spinning this stuff on Spotify, and I'm not just saying this, like, it is fire, dude. I was so impressed. Someone says, hey, yeah, here's a link, go check out my music. It's like, you're like, all right, but and then you hit, and then it comes back and it's really, really good. And you don't have to try to fake it and be like, oh yeah, man, that's really great. It is really great. So thanks for that shout out, Chris.
Yeah,
that's awesome stuff.
Sometimes the links block me when I put them in the chat, but I'll put a link to his Bandcamp up in the middle of the show.
Yeah, forward it to me. I can probably pop it in there also. I don't know if they have a thing with links, but we'll get it in the description. Yeah, in the description after the fact also. So if anyone is watching this after the fact, look below. You'll find those links. All right. So here we go. The reason I needed to vamp for a second is I want to throw up some polls for you guys. Where do you want to start, Chris? Let's do that. You tell me where you want to start. Here it is. Some of these are going to be grouped together, like the Sex Pistols. There are multiples. Creedence. There are multiples. A bunch of this stuff. It's actually really cool. They got 3-4 titles coming out. But where do you want to start, Chris?
I'll start anywhere. Whatever you want, man.
Okay. Let's do Sex Pistols. That's interesting to me. Smash or pass. All right. The poll is up, guys. Here we go. Let's bring out the Sex Pistols. So Sex Pistols are getting, I think, 3 titles. They're getting all live stuff, if memory serves. Mm-hmm. Let me bring up that page too. Sorry, so many moving parts here. Okay. Yeah, so they got 3 coming out, $30 a piece. These are live in USA 1978. One is at Southeast Music Hall in Atlanta. One is Longhorn Ballroom in Dallas. And the other one was at my old stomping grounds, which is the Winterland in San Francisco, all 1978. That is pretty damn cool, dude. What are you going to pick these up, Chris?
I'm curious. I'm not going to say it's a definite smash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pass on it for now before everybody freaks out. I'm going to see what the sound quality's like. I'm more interested to hear these from like an historical perspective, right? I don't think they had a long run of shows in the US. I could be wrong about that. I'm not a huge punk aficionado, but I think this is a pretty cool issue if the sound quality is decent. I'm hoping it is. I would think if they were recording these shows and we're going to put out all 3, that it would be good quality. I don't know if there's been like bootlegs of this stuff around, or it's been, Sex Pistol collectors or punk collectors have like found this stuff before it's issued. I don't know much history about it. From the press release, I got the same information you have, and I haven't seen anything on YouTube or the socials or like people talking about it. But I think it's, for now it's a pass, but that might turn into a smash depending on what the people say. Danny C says I'd like it better if Glenn Matlock was on bass. Like, perfect example for Danny and Rojas might be disappointed in me. I don't even know who Glenn Matlock is. I didn't know he played bass for the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, I like what you said. From a historical perspective, I would be interested in these. I am not a Sex Pistols head. I'm not a punk aficionado like you said either. Like, I don't know a lot of these guys. Obviously Johnny Rotten, who went on to do Public Image Limited. I love Public Image Limited. That's kind of where my Johnny Rotten fix comes from. So yeah, I don't know a lot about Sex Pistols, to be honest with you. I've had like their, Nevermind the Bullocks album, played that thing to death, but never took a lot of interest in, the ins and outs of the band and stuff like that, and never really went any further than just that one album. So, but it's kind of cool. And again, to your point, maybe this stuff already exists, somewhere. Maybe it's bootleg. Maybe these are just 3 more records. I don't have any idea how much live stuff we have from them already on vinyl. But like you, I'm curious. So I definitely want to do some more research. If we can sample these once they've been released. In terms of pre-orders, I'll be passing. Since we're talking about pre-orders tonight, it's an absolute pass for me because I want to be able to hear these. But I might pick one up later. I might pick one up in the secondary market just because, yeah, man, it's cool. It's Sex Pistols. We're talking early punk. We're talking live. We're talking San Francisco. So yeah, I might actually check that out.
You bring up a good point. I mean, I just lost the headline here. I'm going to pass on the pre-order for sure, but I'll see how things pan out post-release. Do you know if there's going to be a CD box of this, and do you know if it's going to stream or is this vinyl exclusive? Did you get it? I couldn't find that info.
I don't know. It's a good question. I couldn't find it either. I assumed that it would be streamable, but I guess I shouldn't just assume that. But yeah, I'd assumed there would be a way to catch this. So, but maybe not. But I didn't see any of that yet. Bad Boy Records says Sex Pistols studio album is all you really need. Okay. Well, yeah, and if you go by I've seen clips of them live and stuff like that. I can't imagine this is going to be, and I'm not saying I need my, high fidelity live, if it's historical. I have some very low fidelity records that are historical, John Coltrane and Eric Dolphy, for example. But if this just sounds like 90% noise and 10%, we can hear some music, then yeah, that's going to be a pass.
Breaking news from Jason Rojas. If Kevin Gray masters it, then he might be in. So
okay. I don't know. Do we have the? Let me just search his name on the screen. Let's see if they say anything about Kevin Gray. I don't see. Jay, I'm sorry. I don't see anything about Kevin Gray at this point in time. All right. So we're passing on Sex Pistols. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll keep an ear out. All right. Well, you pick. Well, let's alternate. I picked that one. You pick the next one.
Let's do Bowie.
Boom. All right.
Start.
We got Young Americans here. I love that tune. Bowie. I had a massive Bowie phase. So this is coming out 50th anniversary pre-order here. Released on March 7th of this year. Limited edition. I don't see any numbers on here. Some of these will say like 5K. I don't see any numbers. Just says limited. But wow, 50th anniversary of Young Americans. I like Bowie, man. I had a real Bowie phase where, I went from I only liked the hits and to like really kind of force feeding myself, but really listening to the full albums, all of his stuff in the 90s, and really got into it at that point in time. And then I kind of moved on from it. And I'm definitely back to being kind of a hits guy again. There are certain ones I do like. Station to Station, I think I love that one from, front to back. Great album. And there are others. Heroes, I think, is really good and stuff, but not everything. I don't have to have everything. So, but, Young Americans, great tune. There's some great stuff on here. But for the pre-order, I will probably be passing on this one. It's Bowie. I love Bowie. Bowie was one of my guys, and I still consider him one of my guys, but I'm just not, I don't have to have it all. So what about you?
I'm going to hard pass.
Sorry, Danny, Scary Monsters is another one. Yes.
Yeah. And shout out to Station to Station. I love that record. I used to listen to that first track before my basketball games. I used to get so pumped, but, I'm going to hard pass on this for different reasons. I love this album. I am so skeptical of the half-speed masters in recent years. Some of the CBS stuff and some of the older half-speed masters I found really favorable. I have a few things, but the some of the newer stuff I've gotten, like I tried those Stones half-speed masters. I think I tried a couple of the Who. I'm just not a fan of how they sound. Mostly, some of them are okay. I brought this up, briefly in the past. I also saw its high-res transfers from the tape. I don't know if the tape had issues or the tape wasn't healthy, but they're doing a high-res transfer to do the cutting. I just rather go out. This is one. I'm going to go out and I have another reissue which I love. But I'm going to go out, maybe seek an earlier pressing of this if I decide to go after and chase this title again. I feel like from what I have is it's good for me. And I have a lot of Bowie. I like Bowie. I go through a Bowie phase like once a year easily, where I just dive into him. So it's a hard pass for me. I will say this, though, just a plug to our friend Jason. I am looking forward to when Jason gets it, and hopefully he can pull off one of his legendary shootouts between an original Young Americans and a half-speed reissue. That would be cool. Oh yeah, that would be sick. Jay also saying pivotal Bowie album, first #1 with Fame right there, and first collab with the great John Lennon. I gotta say, go ahead. Also, this is a pivotal album for Luther Vandross too, right? I think you start to get revelation to his genius. He was one of the backup singers on here, and I guess he had some creative influence over Bowie early on. Very nice, very nice. So 60% smashed on the Sex Pistols. So that's cool. There are definitely some buyers for that one. I'm kind of lagging. Let me throw up the poll for this one. Okay. We'll slow it down. Let you get the poll up before we jump into commentary.
Let me end that one. Okay, 60% says yay on the Sex Pistols. All right, so I wish you could pre-do all this so you could, but you can't. You have to do it like one at a time, unfortunately. So sorry, guys. Cannot preload these polls. Okay, second poll is up. Smash or pass, guys, on the Young Americans, David Bowie. All right, my turn here. So I'm going to go MJ. Let's go right to MJ here. And I think we talked about this in the past, and I had said, you know what, I'm good. You know, I have one. Turns out I do not have the OG on this. I have a later reissue. Sounds great. What I want to know is this, and maybe Jason knows, is this going to have the hand claps? There's been all this stuff in all over, I don't know, the press, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff saying, hey, early pressings of Off the Wall do not have hand claps. And they later input hand claps. So one I have has the hand claps. Be curious to know if this has hand claps or not. Are they going back to the original? And I don't even know how that all went down. When they mixed that in, do we still have the original tape without the claps? I don't know, but that might be kind of food for thought for people. Kind of a fun fact, I guess, with the hand clap stuff. The missing hand claps. Case of the missing hand claps. But yeah, this is MJ. This is my guy, man. It's like I have an OG of Thriller. I'm very happy with that. When I discovered that I had, here's my problem. Same as you on the Bowie. If I don't have something like this, I immediately just start thinking, oh, gee, why I'm going to go spend $30 on a nice OG or something and I'm good. So I don't know, man. It's so like, I'm so on the edge. That's just what kind of buyer I am. I know that sucks for a game like this, passing on, much of this stuff. No spoilers, because there are stuff on here I am thinking about grabbing. I'm going to, first controversial take. I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna put it right between smash and pass. I'm on the fence, dude. If this sounds good, and I imagine it, well, here's the other problem. What about with Thriller? They did Thriller, and it got panned because it was just too. They took a dance album, turned it into like a high fidelity record and everything, and so it got panned for that reason. Is that going to happen to Off the Wall? If so, pass. If not, I'm on the fence. We'll see. What about you, man? Is your love for MJ at my level?
I got some hand claps for you right now. That's a hard pass. I'm not buying that. Hit the bricks. Get off the wall. Whatever. Get out of here. MJ One-Steps. Come on, man.
So who is this for, Chris? Why are they? So they did Thriller. So now was Thriller a one-step? It was, right?
Yeah, this is a one-step too.
Yeah. So now they're just trying to put out. They'll probably do Bad next. They're just trying to get to all these. I don't know, man. After the feedback from Thriller, I just don't know.
These are really popular. It's a really popular title. I mean,
a lot of people consider this MJ's best album.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Listen, I'm like, if I'm gonna have anything, Michael Jackson, just for me, it's just like a greatest. It's just not my style of music. Give me the Jackson 5. Like, do a one-step of the Jackson 5 Ultimate Collection. I'm down. But,
okay.
Yeah, I'm not going crazy. I had 2 promo copies of. I had this and I had Thriller, and I just got rid of them. They were just sitting in my collection, like not hitting the turntable. So. This is just a hard pass for me. I don't fault them for doing these popular titles. If there's a lot of people that collect records or buy records that want this, and I don't knock them for it. It's just not in my wheelhouse.
Well, so and I like that they're when they do great sounding records, like these were recorded, mixed and mastered impeccably. They just sound great. There's a lot to work with. And that's always good. I always kind of question when they do something that isn't as well, the bones aren't there as much, you know, and they try to do auto file from something like that. It can be a little dubious.
Well, listen, he did 126 takes of every song he recorded, so there's got to be something good in there.
How dare you? All right. So we got 83% are going to pass on the Bowie, by the way. 83% are passing on the Bowie.
Are you sure? Because Rhino already emailed me today since I looked at it that it's running low. I better act now. So maybe I got to second think that.
Act now before they're sold out, baby. 71% passing on that. All right, so let's do the next one. Give me the title and we'll run it.
Let's just get this out of the way. Rush. Now this is the all the start your year off, right? Rushes, right? Start your year.
Yeah.
Start your year off, right? Yeah.
And these are all. This is an era of Rush I'm not too familiar with, but these are all going to be like later. I think starting in like the later '80s and moving forward stuff that I imagine is probably pricier to try and tougher to find in OG. I'm not sure. I have a lot of their earlier stuff. I do love Rush, but I kind of cut off like in the mid '80s.
Yeah, so I'm glad Danny's here. He might know a little bit about these later Rush albums. I think so. First off, I'm a fan of this series. I've gotten pretty crappy pressings of some of the titles, but I've gotten killer stuff over the years on this. They do cool albums. I do like when I saw the roster this year. There was two things I loved about it. Number one, they were doing titles that.
Wait, I should tell the title while we're here. So let me.
I'm sorry.
No. So we got test for what the heck does it say? Test for Echo SYEOR. Oh no. Test for Echo, the SYEOR, SYEOR, right? That is that's the abbreviation
that's the series.
Of the series. Test for Echo. Counterparts. Roll the Bones. Presto. So those are the four they're going to do.
So I like that they're picking titles that aren't like, Fleetwood Mac Rumors, just generic stuff. I think there's a want for this. So
and by the way, the poll is live, guys.
I'm also happy that I don't have to buy this because I'm just going to hard pass on later Rush. If I want to investigate Rush one day, maybe I'll go back. But I'm more of like typical like 2112 moving pictures, stuff like that. If I'm going to have any Rush, I'm just not a deep dive on this. So this is a hard pass for me. Not hating on Rush, just not in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I know Rush is one of those, like a lot of bands, they're polarizing. It's kind of, some people hate them, some people love them. I really like Rush. And I got like I said, I got a bunch of the earlier stuff. Right now we got a recommendation from Danny. These are all killer. And these are all ones I don't have. The other good news, guys, if you want to jump in on these, is that $25 to $35. So the price is right on these. Do you know much about the series, Chris?
Yeah, they do this every year, and some years have been kick-ass, and some years have been meh. And within some years I've gotten great stuff, and in some years I've gotten pretty poor stuff. Like I said, this year I think they went a little bit atypical in the titles they selected in doing like Rush and a few other bands. I think they did some Dream Theater stuff too, which is kind of cool. What I don't know about these later Rush records, and maybe Danny, you know this, I don't know if these have ever been issued on vinyl. Are they available? Because if you get into the late 80s, early 90s, maybe they were, but I've never seen them out in the wild when I go through stores and stuff like that. So maybe this is filling a void for a lot of people.
Danny has to know it. No, it's in his DNA, and I know that feeling. Yeah, man, Rush goes back to early days with Dungeons and Dragons and Nerf football, and it's like that's where this all kind of started for me.
This would be a first. Danny says this would be a first for these, so this is even cooler.
Okay, what? This is one I am actually excited about. You're a hard pass on these. Yeah. This is the first one where I think I'm gonna smash, dude. I can really see myself getting into these now that I know these haven't hit wax yet. I'm definitely gonna smash on these for sure. Like I said, I'm building my Rush collection. I just picked up their first LP in downtown Portland like a week ago. And that's a very different LP for them. People that know, a lot of times they get compared to like Led Zeppelin on that first record. And of course they came into their own on their starting their second album, but I still think it's a cool rock album. It's still a great one to have. So yeah, I love Rush. So you know what? I'm definitely going to consider getting these for sure. Cool. 88% are passing on Rush. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Presto has some great songs. Show, Don't Tell, and The Pass are stellar. All right. Well, that is great to know. All right. Let me go with the Van Halen. And there's some controversy here because I don't know. According to the website, there's a bunch of pre-orders. Chris said a lot of these have been sitting in the pre-order list for a while. So I don't know what the delay is. Let me find the right screen here. But yeah, so here's fair warning. They're doing, so at least what I see on here, and you guys can let us know if you have any backstory on these, but we got Women and Children First, Fair Warning, Diver Down, and 1984. First of all, if I was going to spend $125 on a record, 1984 would be a really good candidate because I freaking love that album. I still say that is the greatest rock album to come out of the 80s. I love it. And I'm a big Van Halen head. So yeah, I wouldn't snag all these, and I have OGs of all of this stuff, but if there's one that I would consider hearing in 45 RPM, one step, it would be 1984. But I don't know the story, man. How long is that? I know we're looking at Fair Warning. This is the one that was just announced. So I guess we should stick to this. But they have the other titles, and I guess they have not been released yet. So what's the story with these orders being so delayed, Chris?
I don't know too much. I just know that they've been talking about these titles for a few years, and what MoFi used to do was let you pre-order things years in advance. But then they pulled back on that. So this got formally issued for a pre-order, you know what? Yeah, I think today or the other day. I really like Van Halen. I have some reissues of their stuff. I don't have any OGs. It's like one of these bands where I don't need a one step on it. You know, I would like a one step of Panama on 12-inch single just so I could play it nonstop. That would be fun. I like them, and I stopped buying one steps not because of the MoFi gate, just because the titles they were doing just weren't appealing to me. Because I hate the Eagles, man. You know, they were doing all the Eagles stuff, and I've been buying the Joni Mitchell ones, which are pretty sweet. I think I like Joni a lot, big Joni fan. Van Halen, though.
Give us the report on, you know, I'm imagining with Joni, I won't assume, do you have OGs that you can compare these to for the one steps that you do have? I mean, is there a considerable difference? I imagine there must be, and you have a great sounding system, which could really squeeze out every piece of fidelity from these 45 RPMs. What's your word on that?
They're different.
Okay.
Like it on the one steps for Blue, which I don't have an OG of, but I had a pretty early pressing of, while I wasn't in great shape. The one step is probably what the people feel about Thriller. It's a little bit more spacious, a little bit more sonically pleasing. Whereas the OG just sounds like a 70s folk soft rock singer songwriter record just sound like. Both sound awesome. They're just different. I like the one step because it's dead quiet and it sounds great. That's also an album like I would go out and get different copies of. I have like the standard reissue that came out a few years ago. This sounds cool too, but not as good as the one step. So there is something special about these one steps when you get, in my opinion, when you get to like the R&B soul sphere of music, or some of the softer records like the Blood. I like the Blood on the Tracks one step. I hated the Muddy Waters folk singer one step. I actually sent that back That sounded like crap. It was just lifeless to me. So yeah, I mean, like, look, I like the Mobile Fidelity One-Steps when I've gotten them and the titles I like. I just not have been buying them because I haven't been excited about the catalog stuff that they've been reissuing.
Okay.
It's gonna crush Danny's soul. I don't have the Fega Nightfly. I don't know why I didn't buy it when it came out, and then it just went up so much in value. But I have.
How could you not have that, dude? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know what. I think I was not really sure what the One-Step thing was going to be. When they announced it, I was like, oh, this seems like a little bit of a novelty to me. And I mean, but I have an OG Fagan, and I have that. I think Bellman did a really good cut, like 2011 or 12. That really kick ass. But I don't have the One-Step, man. And I'm not going to pay like the whatever it's going for. I think it goes up for like $450 or $500 sealed. I'm like, no way.
It's safe to assume they don't reissue these, right? They're all limited.
Really limited.
Yeah. Shout out Level. What's up, Level? Shout out Vinyl and Kicks. Appreciate you guys for being here. Thanks so much. I thought those Rush albums had been pressed before, but very expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up. I haven't even looked them up yet. All great Van Halen items, says Danny. Do I need MoFi pressings? No. I mean, I got them all too. I mean, it's just there are a handful of records where my ears start to perk up, because there's not a lot that's going to get me excited for $125. I mean, it has to be a specific situation. Notwithstanding that specific situation would be my absolute favorite records. 1984 is one of them. So that's when I would consider it. Let me go to, I don't have a poll up right now. Let's throw up the poll for the Van Halen.
Yeah, Nightfly's a Desert Island disc for me too. But I guess I really can't say that if I don't have the One-Step. Danny, do you have the One-Step of Nightfly?
Okay, poll is up, guys. Smash or pass on the Van Halen. These One-Steps that are supposedly coming out. I guess we've been waiting on a bunch of titles, but Fair Warning has just been announced.
Wait, hold on. We have breaking news here. Danny has the One-Step of Donald Fagen's Nightfly. I have some One-Steps that we might have. Maybe you'd be interested in entertaining a trade. For we can talk off.
We can broker that trade right here.
I'm kidding.
Live on stream. I only take 20%, so it's good deal for you guys. All right, so what do you say, man? You're passing on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this.
I know this isn't 1984, but I will take a serious look at 1984. I'm going to put it right between the two. The other thing I don't like doing with these pre-orders is I get a little skittish when I see that the stuff hasn't been released yet. I don't like having my money tied up for that long. You know what I mean? Like, if you say it's coming out, then like bring it out. Bob Marley MoFi One-Steps had me really excited. Vinyl and Kicks says, do we miss those? I didn't see those.
No, they're old. They did a few. I have the Catch a Fire. I don't know if they did his whole catalog. Vinyl and Kicks have to let me know, but I have the Catch a Fire One-Step. They did Exodus. I don't have that. No, hold on. Time out. They did not do any Marley One-Steps. MoFi did Marley catalog. The UHQRs, Acoustic Sounds did the UHQRs. Analog Productions did Rastaman, Vibration, Exodus. Those are excellent. I have those too. But to backtrack, when MoFi did them, the One-Step didn't even exist, but they just did standard issues, whatever their series was at the time, original master recordings or whatever. Catch a Fire is cool. It's pretty pricey.
Shout out Mad Vinyl. What's up, baby? Shout out Wyoming Dave. Welcome. Always good to see you in the house. Wyoming David.
One quick thing for SYEOR. I've been listening to Mop Top. I'm glad they only have 2 albums because I've been able to do a deep dive. So far, I like them. They remind me of Franz Ferdinand, but I have no idea what the hell they're saying. But it's not discouraging me from listening to them again. I'm on my 3rd listen of each album. I've been streaming them. I promised them I would listen to them, and I finally have.
Hell yeah. I think I made some promises too. Ugh, I need to go back and check my posted notes. All right, you're up. Pick a record, any record.
Let's do so what's that Buffalo Springfield? Is that the Atlantic 75?
You can't see that, can you? So there's this. So Buffalo Springfield, they're doing two. The first two. So they're doing these are analog production 45 RPM. They're doing Buffalo Springfield again. Another.
All right.
Okay. These are both fantastic albums. What did you ask me?
I just wanted to know if you were referencing the Atlantic 75. So I'm
75th anniversary. Yeah, absolutely. DSD here, mastered directly from DSD from the original master tape by Chris Bellman and Bernie Grunman. There you go, Jason. If you're still in the house, this one's for you.
I am all day long because I'm a subscriber to the Atlantic 75 series, but I'm double all day long because I have the Buffalo Springfield box that Neil Young had a hand in reissuing, which has the mono and stereo of their catalog, and I am super pumped to do a little I don't want to say shootout because I don't have two identical turntables set up, but I am interested to do a little compare by audio memory when this comes out. First of all, I love Neil Young, I love Buffalo Springfield, and that mono stereo box is worth every dollar, and I think you could still get it like at retail. I don't think it's sold out, or if I think you have to pay a little bit more, it's really not that expensive, but it is a killer box. So yeah, I'm psyched to get this. I'm psyched. This is I was pleasantly surprised when I saw this in the Atlantic 75 series. So it's all day long for me.
Okay. So these Buffalo Springfields, you got to be really careful what pressings you get on these. Sometimes sometimes it's a mono stereo thing. Sometimes, you want the original Atco and all of that stuff. So in a past life, I had all that stuff. I love Buffalo Springfield, and I'm anemic on my Buffalo Springfield. I have none. I have zero. So if you are shouting out 75th anniversary on these, then that's a smash for me, dude. I guess they're not doing the third one, or it's not. They haven't lined it up yet, but they're doing the first two. And see if I can get any more details for you guys. Yeah, I mean, they're doing the first two. So this, and again, based on your glowing review of the 75th anniversary, I will be jumping all over this, dude.
I love the Atlantic 75 stuff. I haven't kept all the titles. Some of the stuff I'm just not into. Like I've gotten rid of like the solo Phil Collins stuff and the Yes stuff, pass them along to people. The only titles I've been really disappointed in, and I don't know if it's just me, is just the Otis Redding ones are cut a little bit hot, and I just don't love the way they sound. But dude, Alice Cooper, Dr. John, Velvet Underground, the Boss Skaggs I just had on the other day is killer. They've done so many great issues of this stuff. People don't like that they're 45 RPM and yeah, they're pricey. I get it. Oh, the David Crosby solo album they did, I had that in the MoFi. The MoFi went out the window. Like once I heard that, it just totally crushes it. So I'm big on the series. I like a lot of the Genesis stuff. Oh, the Genesis stuff, the early Genesis stuff that they've done is absolutely killer in that series. So yeah, I think these are going to be cool. The box that I'm talking about, Spinz, you might want to look at this. So this is it's called What's That Sound? It's the 3 Buffalo Springfield records. It's 5 LPs in the box. To your point, they give you the mono and they give you the stereo of each. And even down to the detail, I think like for what it's worth is I think there's different track listings. Hold on. I'm testing me a little bit here. Yeah, like so on the stereo, because it was issued after the mono, for what it's worth, it's the first track. And then it's the last track on the mono. So like they get down right to that detail. Neil is huge on using the original source masters, the original analog masters. He put sparse codes on everything. So, yeah, if you see this box is affordable and you could just get everything in one, I would go for it. I don't know if it's still around. I snagged mine like a couple years after it was released and still got it at whatever value it was.
Okay.
Yeah, Stone Temple Pilots, Atlantic 75 are awesome. Vinyl and Kicks 100% right. The early Genesis is great, Danny. But yeah, so anyway, one last thing on this. You can't go wrong with this. If you hold off after I get them, I'll let you know what I think, because I'll have both in hand, but hell yeah.
What is the name of that box?
It's called What's That Sound? Complete Albums Collection.
Just to get an idea, people that are interested okay. It's not too bad.
What is it like? Is it less than 125?
Yeah. There's a bunch of them with shipping around 100, 110, 115.
Dude, 5 albums in there, all analog cut. I think Bellman mastered it. Bellman usually does all the Neil Young stuff. It's worth it, man. It's worth it.
Yep. They got me champing the bit on those too, man. I miss my Buffalo Springfield. I need to get those back. So, okay, cool. Well, we'll smash on this, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to take a look at that box too.
Cesar has a question. How about the One-Step Green Day Dookie, Jason? I bought it. I'm not going to open it. I hope it skyrockets in price so I can flip it.
Dude, Dookie, man, when that came out, dude, I had that CD playing at work all day, every day, and I that was kind of enough for me, if I'm being honest.
I had it on cassette. The cassette was blue. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I got it. I'm gonna wait on opening it, which I don't typically do, but we'll see how it goes.
We got 100% pass on what did we do last? Van Halen, was that the one we did?
Yeah.
100% pass. 100% pass. All right, let's go. Let's do that was Van Halen. Wow, 8 votes. No Van Halen love whatsoever. But the OGs are so readily available on they're affordable, so I get it. All right, so Buffalo Springfield about to throw up the poll for that one. Let us know, guys. You smash or pass when it comes to the Buffalo Springfield stuff. Boom. All right. So you picked Buffalo Springfield. That means it must be my turn. Let's see. I'm going to go with the Fleetwood Mac right here. Mirage is coming out.
You got to put the graphic up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. There
we go. All right. Mirage. MoFi. Let me find my page here. You know, I'm more of a Fleetwood Mac fan than some and less than many. So my love for Fleetwood Mac is very nostalgic. It goes back to my parents and stuff. And so I got to hear this stuff as a young person, and my feelings about them are very, very nostalgic. So I'm someone that loves Rumors. Chris doesn't even own a copy of Rumors. I mean, it's just a sad state of affairs. I almost bought him one at Target the other day, but he would have flipped it.
No.
I'm trying to find it here. I'm just rapping where did this go? Trying to get you guys some deets on the Fleetwood Mac. Where are you? I can't find it. All right, so is this a one-step, Chris, or I don't think so, right? So this is just a
standard.
Just a standard. I don't have Mirage, and there are some great songs on here. If memory serves, we get Stevie Nicks on Gypsy here, and then we get Hold Me, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going from memory on this. I don't have this album. That's good enough for me, man. I do love Fleetwood Mac. This era is very cool for me. I know it's poppy, but man, Stevie, just love her during this period. Solo work and stuff with Fleetwood Mac. I don't know if I'm going to go, something like this, these originals are out there, right? So it's kind of like, I can't find it, so I can't tell you what this is going for now. Do you know what these go? Is there kind of a standard price on these, Chris?
I think they're $40 if they're a single disc.
So like $40 here. That's not bad, actually. And if they, squeeze out some more fidelity, it might actually be worth it. So with this is a title, where if you're twisting my arm, you say, you gotta buy a MoFi. This would be one that I'd say, all right, let me see what you got there. Okay, Fleetwood Mac Mirage. I would consider this one. So
actually, it's I lied. It's $59.99 because it's double 45.
Oh, it's double 45 on that one. All right, guys. So there we go. The Fleetwood Mac Mirage, double 45 on this. Get your pre-orders now. Not one of the titles that did they already do the other Fleetwood Mac, Chris? Is that's why they're going to a title like this one, like Mirage, which came out a little bit later?
They did the one that looks like
here it is.
Looks like an oil painting, for Christ's sake. Like a swamp bird.
That's one of the early like bluesy ones, right? Before Stevie and no?
No.
Yeah, $60.
Tango in the Night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. To your point, 45 RPM, 180 gram vinyl, 2 LPs, sourced from the original master tapes. So no. Oh wait, it does say analog master to DSD.
Yeah.
So is that just? Are they just doing these are all DSD now? Is that kind of what they're doing, or do you know?
There hasn't been an all analog release from them in years.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
we all know about MoFi Gate and all that stuff. I just wasn't sure if they were what the latest greatest was. Okay. That's cool. I like this album. Rumors, I already got it. So something like this I would consider. Not a hard smash for me, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in I'm going to consider this one. What say you, Chris?
I'm a BC Fleetwood Mac person before the Chicks.
Okay.
So like going back to Peter Green and stuff like that. I don't have Rumors. I don't have the 45 of Rumors. The one copy of Rumors I ever came across is in my daughter's crate in her room. Like, I don't hate it. I just don't need to listen to it. I'm hard passing on this one. Like,
hard pass. All right.
Hard pass.
We'll put it like right here.
I like Fleetwood Mac better than the Eagles, but just file them in bands. I wouldn't be sad if I never ever heard about it. But like, Dreams comes on the radio and it gets turned up in the car. The family loves it. Dreams came on at the bar, turn it up, play it again, whatever, but just not my I don't love them now and I'll never love them again. You know what I'm saying?
So just the fact that that, I know there's hope for you. Any Fleetwood, unless it's Peter Green era, is going to be a pass, says Vinyl and Kicks. Fleetwood Mac is a pass for me, says Danny. Yeah, I mean, they're a nostalgia band, I think. Same thing goes for like Journey. I mean, I have deep DNA of Journey, and yet people just, don't give two craps about some, a lot of people are like Journey, like, and it's like, you kind of had to be there for some of this stuff,
Do we have a breaking news sound or no?
What do I have that's close? Well, here, I have a little.
It's breaking news. Felipe of the Jazz Bums, famed Jazz Bum, says anything is better than the Eagles. Yes, Felipe.
And yet there are Eagles lovers out there. God love them. We got 67% pass on our last poll, folks. That was, what was our last? That was Buffalo Springfield. Not too much love for Buffalo Springfield. Again, though, considering the fact that doesn't mean people don't vibe with Buffalo Springfield. They're just not going to go out and spend the money, the big bucks on these reissues. Okay, let's throw up a Fleetwood Mac poll. If you got any comments you want to read there, Chris, feel free.
Let's see. So glad to see Felipe. Mad Vinyl NYC says pass that shit. Danny C. Journey for me. Everything up until Captured. Cesar, my OG copy of Fleetwood Mac Rumors sounds better than better than the 45 RPM. People don't believe me, but I've done the shootout 3 times and always always same result. Cesar, it doesn't matter what the hell other people think, as long as you think it sounds better. Who gives a damn? So I support you, brother. Cesar says, hit that like button, fellas. That would be cool. Mad Vinyl agrees with Felipe's wisdom. Anything's better than the Eagles. He says, ditto Felipe. So what a motley crew tonight.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. We got a troll, dude. We got a troll. I'm sorry. I might have to kick somebody, guys. Vinyl and Kick says Journey is horrid. That is trolling. That is trolling of Vinyl and Kicks. It's a good thing I like you, man. It's a good thing I like you.
He's so fired up. He's got
this close. The button was right there, dude. Get him out of there.
His mic is all distorted. He's all passionate and fired up. Damn, Vinyl and Kicks. Take it easy, man.
Sorry about the distortion on the mic, guys. Woo. Okay. All right. Let me calm down after that. Okay, Vinyl Kicks. Hey, nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you. I get it. It's like I said, I know they're one of those polarized. You had to,
Journey is unlistenable.
Oh, guys.
Do you want to know what my version of hell is? This is what I think. If hell exists, this is what it is.
Wait. You want to come back next Monday, right?
I do, but you got to hear this. This is funny.
Okay.
Hell is front row center at a Journey Styx REO Speedwagon concert. That's hell.
All right. No, Mr. Roboto for you. Well, yeah, I wouldn't go to one now, but if I could have seen Steve Perry, I would have been there for it. All right. Let's move on, shall we? I should have never channeled Journey. All right, your pick, my friend. By the way, before you go there, we got 100% pass on our last poll. Who was that? Come on, catch up. Who did we do after? That must have been Fleetwood, right?
Yeah.
All right, 100% pass on Fleetwood Mac. All right, what's your next pick, my friend?
The Creedence, the whole Creedence catalog.
Okay, let's type this in here. Try to get this in a little early. Smash or pass, guys. Creedence.
I am a hard pass on this for so many reasons. First off, I loathe colored vinyl. I mean, I have colored vinyl, but to not even offer these in black, I don't even know what that's about. The second thing is there's no information on sourcing. I'm sure it's cut from some kind of digital file. It's hard. And I want some of these albums. Some of these albums I don't have, but I've been kind of just waiting for the right find in a store or, right reissue series. I do have an all analog cut of Cosmos Factory. I think I forgot who reissued it. It was awesome. I'm just disappointed that they put these out. Look, they're great. They're accessible to the right people. Maybe it doesn't appeal to my buying habits, but $25, awesome, great price. Colored vinyl, go fly a kite. Put it on black wax too, please. Put it on black wax and charge $3 more for the colored vinyl, whatever you have to do.
Well, and by the way, they're doing self-titled. They're doing Bayou Country. They're doing Green River, Mardi Gras, and Pendulum.
Oh, so it's only 4 of them? I thought they were doing 6.
That's 5.
5.
Yeah, self-titled, Bayou Country, Green River, Mardi Gras, and Pendulum.
They're not doing Willie and the Polar Boys, or
I mean, unless it's not in the same column or anything. So, are you muted, dude? You're muted.
Sorry, I'm so fired up clicking around. So it's a hard pass for all that, but also Acoustic Sounds did great reissues of these a few years ago. There was all analog cuts that were floating around and about. over the past several years. Like, I just have a hard time thinking that this is going to be it for a CCR reissue campaign. I feel like there's going to be better pressings of this. So this is just a hard pass for me. But yeah, they're doing all 7 titles,
Okay.
6 titles. No, 7, and they're doing a mega bundle. So look, all right. So I lied. It wasn't $25, $20. Yeah, good. Like this should be accessible for people. Like CCR needs to be in print. Just, they should consult me. Craft should consult me before they put things like this out.
So you're a pass on this one.
Yeah, hard pass.
Well, I'm a hard pass for a different reason. I don't need to go into a big old long thing like you just did. For those out there that hate Journey, this is my Journey right here, man. Credence.
Wow.
No. Come on, dude.
Are you kidding me?
No.
This aggression will not stand. No, you're playing this up. You don't really mean that.
No. This isn't just, If you don't, for the Fleetwood Mac haters, for the Journey haters. No, really, I don't, again, same. The reasons I love Fleetwood Mac and Journey are the same reasons that I can't get into Credence. I wasn't there for it. And so, I listen to it now and I'm just like, it's some of it's okay. I could probably listen to like side A of a greatest hits, maybe, but then I'm checking out after that, moving on to other things. So that's a hard pass for me, baby.
The dude doesn't abide. Does not abide.
Woo! Controversy in the VC, baby. All right, vinyl and kicks. I'm a fan of colored vinyl, but prefer all my jazz titles on black wax. I love that. Right there with you. Wyoming Dave, looks like I have a Gloversville pressing of Fleetwood Mac Rumors. Sounds awesome. Danny, Willie, and the Poor Boys also color mad vinyl. Color vinyl's a gimmick. I don't care for it. Yeah, it is. In some ways, it's like I try not to throw too much shade on stuff like that, special editions, color vinyl stuff, because I know in a way that stuff is keeping the vinyl, industry going. For the 50% of people that are not listening to this stuff and don't own a turntable, they're buying that stuff, and so the numbers are skewed because of all the colored wax that's out there. And hey, a healthy vinyl economy is a good vinyl economy. But yes, I agree. If I can avoid it, if I had the choice, I'm always going black wax 100% of the time. Felipe, complete CCR box set is amazing. That's what I keep. You have that box, says Groove Seeker. Mm-hmm. That's you. Breakfast King of Loya in the house. Shout out Breakfast King. What's up? I've heard CCR so much over the years. I don't feel like I ever need to hear him again. Yeah. I haven't heard him so much over the years, and I still don't feel like I ever have to hear him again, Breakfast King. Vinyl and Kicks love CCR. Doesn't surprise me, Vinyl and Kicks. Doesn't surprise me. I'm joking, of course. That's I'm just tossing that back at you for the Journey hate. All right. Danny says, wait, what? Felipe, any bar band plays all songs. That's true. Paul, I like 8-Eyed Spy's cover of Run Through the Jungle, though, says Breakfast King. And Vinyl Kicks, hearing drunk people sing Journey reminds me of what hell might be like. Ooh. You're on the verge, Vinyl. You're on the verge. All right, so it's my pick, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. We just did Credence. Who's left? Let me go with... See, that's the problem, dude. I have kind of a... I'm going to do this. I'm going to go with the OJCs. If you're a jazz fan, you know about these. OJC started reissuing their records again in recent years, jumping on board. We've had the Blue Notes have kind of kept things going. And recently doing their Tone Poet series and morphing into their classic series from other series. And they're going strong. And OJC's jumped on and representing the Prestige label and other labels. And I love it. I mean, I have a ton of these OGs from the 80s. Some of the first jazz albums that I intentionally went and bought when I was like, Dad, what is this stuff? He goes, go get Miles Davis and go get Thelonious Monk. And so I did. They were both OJCs, and it would have been when this stuff was just coming out in the 80s. So I love it. I mean, I love it. And here we got, let's see, what titles do we have coming out that they're pre-ordering for? I can tell you here in a second. I should have queued this up. Here we go. So on my list, at least, Chris, we got Miles, the Musings of Miles, which we're looking at. Walk-In Miles, that's a great one. We got Monk. So there we go. Miles and Monk. This is how it all started with me. Thelonious himself, they're doing Joe Pass. They're doing some great stuff. Virtuoso, Wes Montgomery, the incredible jazz guitar of Wes Montgomery. These are all really nice titles. Will I be pre-ordering? No. I have a lot of this stuff already. I'm fine with it. I think I picked up one. I did, was Walk-In one of the first ones they did, I think, Miles Davis. And that's the one, like newer OJC that I have, but that's it. And, yeah, I just already have a lot of this stuff and I'm happy with it. So, but it's great. It's great news that they're reissuing this stuff. I love it, man. Keep the jazz coming, keep the prestige label coming, the new jazz label, you know, the other stuff that they're doing. Fantastic stuff. What about you, Chris?
This is a all day long. I should grab these, but I have the Musings. I have Walk-In original OJCs from like the 80s. Somebody passed those along to me. My dear friend Dean passed those along to me. So I'm psyched to just get them and have one for sentimental reasons and one to play. The Joe Pass Virtuoso is awesome as a solo guitar album. It's on the Pablo series, which Analog Productions has been reissuing. All over that Wes Montgomery, all over the Monk. So like I'm just pretty much all over every OJC that's come out, unless I've already had it in a recent form. But where is Bill Evans' Portraits in Jazz? That's what I would need to get reissued. It's been reissued on OJC label in the past. We need it again. But yeah, this all day long for me. I'm promiscuous with my OJC purchases.
Smash all day long for Chris. Okay, the poll is up. By the way, 0% are hype on the Credence. So
Commies.
I feel you. All right, poll is up, guys. OJCs, let us know. Are you smashing or passing on that? Full smash. I know your reissue love for jazz is puts mine to shame. But we got to put this up here just for Chris. All day long, you said, right?
Yeah, all day long.
Boom. All right. OJC reissues all day long for Chris. And I'm only passing because like I have it. I don't need it, but yeah. Good stuff. All right. Your turn.
Let's go Bluesville. The Bluesville series.
Bluesville. Boom. So here, let me just real quick. Bluesville series is getting multiple titles. Why is it so hard to find these? Okay, sorry about that. Sorry to be lagging. Okay, so 2 is what I see on my list, Chris. These are $33 records. We got Lonnie Johnson, Blues and Ballads. And then we got this one that you're looking at right here, Mississippi John Hurt Today. So those are 2 Bluesville records coming out, Chris.
All day long. When we did our recaps on a couple different streams, this was my series of the year. This Bluesville series is a grand slam. If you don't know the records, if you do know the records, they are the Tone Poet OJC equivalent to blues reissues. These are so fantastic. And most of these, trying to find an original copy in decent shape or decent reissue is going to be really difficult. This is what vinyl stuff being reissued should be about. I don't really care about Tango in the Night cut at 45 RPM. Like, we can all go get that. We cannot go get this stuff readily and easily. And this is music that's got to get preserved.
Yep.
And it's got to be passed on. Like, this Bluesville series is top notch. Hands down, my favorite series of 2024. Probably will be going through 2025. It won't be the newest series there's my favorite existing series and the favorite new series. Obviously, this can't be my favorite new series for 2025. I have a different prediction for that. But this series is just absolutely essential, affordable, pressed well, great titles. Some of these records are just haunting. Crank them up. Like such good music, such good packaging. Just really great stuff. I'm really a big supporter of these runs.
Is this going to be mostly acoustic stuff, Chris, or are they mixing some electric in here? Is there variety?
No, they've mixed it up. So like they did Skip James today, which was on damn, what's that record label? Vanguard originally. They did like Blind Gary Davis, the Harlem Street singer. That's acoustic. They did a ripping Albert King, Live Wire, Blues Power.
Oh, they did that one. That's a great album.
Yes, so good. What else did they do? The Jimmy Reed. So it's a mix. It says RS if it's electric or acoustic. It's a mix. I feel like they're doing 1-in-1 each release. They're releasing these in doubles, but the Skip James ones is that record today is amazing. Him on acoustic and then piano on the flip side. So good.
You hit me to this series when you talked about it last time. And again, blues is another thing. I have a great love for blues, but as I'm rebuilding a collection for the last few years, it's like I haven't got to a lot of blues yet. So I'm always looking for some new great stuff to throw into the collection. And you nailed it. A lot of this stuff is super pricey if you can find it. And if you find it, good luck finding it in good condition, right? Finding good copies of this stuff. So this is fantastic that they're preserving this stuff. And I'm glad you approve of the titles that they've been putting out, because that gets me excited for it. So I know you are a hard smash on this. I think I'm a smash on this also.
I'm an all day long.
You're all day. All right, we're going to be all day long on this too, just like the OJCs.
If they had a subscription to this is one I'd be like, sign me up. I don't care what the titles are. Just feed them to me.
That's a great call. They could do that, man. There's enough great blues albums that have not gotten the love. They could totally do that.
And you know what they're doing digitally? This is why this is such a cool series. So digitally, they're making these Bluesville playlists, and they're incorporating songs from other record labels underneath the digital umbrella to promote it. So it is like this preservation thing. So I think that's really cool that they can't issue those records, but they're trying to make people aware of the music. At least on some of the playlists that they're curating for, like, Tidal and Spotify and things like that.
That's awesome. So OJC titles 50-50. So I'm going to say 50% smash. That'd be our first one where we're like, well, no, I think our first one we did smash too. So we got a couple smashes in there, and people are 50-50 on the OJC titles. I will throw up one for the Bluesville next. Let me get to some of these of your guys' comments here. OJC pressing of Cats' Killer, says Danny. That's such a great album. Lovell has all the miles. He's going to pass. Jazzy Jeff shout out Jazzy Jeff, by the way. I love CCR, but have all the original pressings. Mad Vinyl NYC hip hop fans, check out 360 Enta Dasafa. Am I getting that right, Chris? Super rare underground fire. Is that the one that we got we got turned on to last week, or is that a different title?
No, it's different, I think.
Jazzy Jeff, OJC, Reissues, universally excellent. Yeah. Cesar, is the Joe Pass out already? I don't know. It's listed under pre orders.
Not yet.
I don't know if that title, maybe. You're getting some love from Felipe. Perfect Prescription in the house. What's up, Perfect Prescription? Shout out Perfect Prescription. Great value, Bluesville. Yeah. The price is right on these. $33. I mean, for some great, and if do you have any idea about how these things are sourced, Chris? I mean, how do they sound? Not that it matters all that much. I mean,
all analog tape.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, AAA. Honestly, I don't know who's doing the mastering. Let me see here on just this one.
Final Kick's definitely. Sorry, go ahead.
That's right. Matthew Luthens is doing it, which is the guy who's doing a lot of the upcoming acoustic sound stuff. And And I don't have OGs to compare this to. The only thing I was able to compare was the Skip James Today, because I had the VMP Vanguard box, and I really only had the VMP Vanguard box because of this title. So I sold my VMP Vanguard box and kept this one buried, the other one. There's also like a little, one of my New Year's resolutions was to read more liner notes. I'd really gotten away from that over the past few years. There's nice little write-ups and obies on these records, which is pretty cool. But Matthew Luthens is cutting all these, pressed a QRP. So, 1 in 5,000 will have a defect. We won't get any warps and stuff like that. And, like this is just hands down the best series out right now.
Nice. A lot of John Lee Hooker was on ABC Bluesville, says Jazzy Jeff. Serve Your Right to Suffer is a great album, Vinyl and Kicks. What a great album. I love John Lee. John Lee, Muddy, Albert. I mean, man. Say what you want, Chad delivers, Felipe. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff. I mean, he's preserving the music. I mean, they're doing some great stuff over there. I know he gets teased a lot for whatever reason. I don't know. But yeah, it's great to have someone like him out here doing this stuff.
You can't. The Chad teasing is just envy, because he has been doing. Actually, I'm just going to go off on a little bit of tangent. If it wasn't for him, this revival wouldn't be where it is. He stayed with it for.
And he's vocal. He's out in the community. He's doing videos. They do. They come out every week or whatever. They do videos on their channel on YouTube talking about upcoming releases and stuff. It's great. I
would love to have a beer with him. I'd love to talk to him, because what I also really respect about him is he just issues what he loves. Like,
which we will do that, right? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. He's not out there being like, all right, I got to do Hotel California because the people want it. He's like, I'm doing this record. This is what I like. And he has branched out. I think doing the White Stripes UHQR was a big step for him. I think him including STP and Hootie and the Blowfish and Matchbox 20 was a really cool move by him in that Atlantic 75 series, because it wouldn't have had the same message if some of those titles weren't included.
Yep.
He gave the people what they wanted on a Pharoah Sanders reissue. Like, that's cool, but he's doing stuff that he loves. And to your point, Spinz, I'd be doing the same thing. I'd be doing what I want to reissue because I can. And if that's what I provide the people, that's what I provide the people. So anybody who's upset that, there's, the whole Steely Dan catalog is on UHQR. Well, it's not my fault. You have terrible taste in music and don't own them. So take a hike.
Which I teased them. I know Chris loves them. So if you see me over on Surface Noise on Thursdays talking smack about the Steely Band, it's just in fun. I'm like, why do we need every Steely Dan? Yes, I've said it. I'm just joking, man.
No, of course, I am too. But
we all want to see our own favorites out there, right? But for Chris, man, he's all over that stuff, and that's awesome.
Yeah. There's no doubt. They do great things, and there's plenty of stuff they do, especially in the Verve series or the Contemporary series, that I don't pick up. Right? I'm glad that they do stuff I don't pick up, so I don't have to buy it. But I'm a defender, man. Good for him, because he was there when nobody else was. He stuck it out, and he put out high quality stuff, and he's doing the best he can.
All right. Well said. Okay, moving on. Somebody mentions the Max Roach. I might as well jump on it since it's my turn here. Oh, before we do that, I should have did this while you were vamping on that. But I said OJC's got 50-50. Very nice. I'm calling that a smash. Let's do the Bluesville right here. We're going to throw up a poll for you guys. Bluesville, 2 titles coming out. Never mind my capitalization. I'm not going to go back and fix it. Smash or pass, guys. Thanks for doing these polls too, Matt. I hope it keeps it fun, Let you guys put your 2 cents in there, and we love it. All right. I'm going to go for this Mr. Roach here. Whoa, is it? What happened? Oh, there it is. Okay. Members Don't Get Wary. Atlantic. I'm going to be honest. I'm not familiar with this title. And I'm going to be honest again. Max Roach can be hit or miss for me. I love Max, but yeah, there is some stuff where it's almost too much sometimes for me, and on certain records where, and I mentioned this too on last year's Tone Poet preview for this year that just passed. So I did it in late 2023, and I mentioned that about Max on one of the records that was issued. I can't remember the title. And there was a real Max Roach lover in the chat that was like, what? I'm going to go listen to this because I think you're wrong. And he got back to him. He's like, you know what? You're right. He's playing like he has something to prove. Damn. And sometimes he does. Sometimes he does. And I hate to say it, but those are ones where I kind of, I want to hear it more cohesive. That's the only thing I'll say about Max. I love him. But I gotta, before I buy, just throw my money down for some wax, I got to hear it and make sure that it's nice and cohesive. And oftentimes it is, guys. Trust me, this is not Max Roach hate. February 28th, this hits the shelves, and it's only $24. So nice little pre-order right there. Atlantic members, don't get wary. Max Roach, I have not had a chance to sample this yet. It is a title that I'm not familiar with. If I like this one, yeah, I'll be smashing. I'm glad they're doing this. Yeah, I'm really glad they're doing this. It's good to see Atlantic getting some more love too. So I'm going to go ahead and put that. I don't know if it's a hard smash, but that's a smash for me.
I'm a little confused on who's doing this. If this is part of. So first off, I'm going to just say all day long, I have this. I have the ARC Records reissue that came out last year. I don't know if this is a repress of that. I don't know if it's a different series. If you buy this album, Jason, and you don't like it, I will buy it from you and give it to somebody else. Like, that's how high I am on this record. This is okay. That's cool. This is one of my favorite jazz records ever.
Well, Level's giving it an endorsement too. Says check it out.
Yeah, this is
so okay.
Okay, great.
That's good to know.
My man, this is like, for you, someone in tune with culture, history, social movements, underbelly of society's feelings. This is right on the heels of JFK, not on JFK's assassination, but post Kennedy fiasco, right on the heels of Martin Luther King. There's a lot of emotion in this record. Okay. Side A is killer. I mean, Side B is great too, but Side A is killer. This is one of the best. This, for me, one of my favorite jazz records ever. Maybe one of my favorite records ever. I was so pumped when ARC reissued this, and it was great. It was all analog. I don't know who's doing this now. I don't know if it's a repress of that, like I said, or if it's a different series.
I'll give some details here. So this is 180 gram, part of a series of special reissues from the Atlantic Jazz Archives, curated by Giles Peterson, remastered in mono from the original analog tapes by Bernie Grunman, reconstructed and restored artwork, full color 4-page insert with brand new sleeve notes, never before photos from 1968. So that's cool, man. I'm excited for this now. I'm glad we did this. I'm glad you guys are endorsing this. Danny too says you got to snag this one. So hell yeah.
So wait, so this hold on, wait a second. See, so maybe this is related because Giles Peterson was affiliated with the ARC Records thing. They've done 3 things. They did a Yusef Lateef, which is mind-blowing. Yusef, like you never heard him before. It's like a funk record. They did this Roberta Flack Outtakes double disc, which is unbelievable too. And then they did the Max Roach. So I guess this is probably a repress of that series, unless this Atlantic Jazz Archives is a new series that's coming out. If that is true, that would be insane.
I hope that is true. That would be great.
Oh my God, that would be so awesome. But anyway, whatever version you can get. I know Light in the Attic did it a few years ago. I'm sure somebody else has repressed this, but originals are not cheap to come by in good shape. Yeah, just smash. Just totally.
We got some vocals on here too. So we got a vocalist, I guess. I don't know. I haven't heard it. So no spoilers. But basically we got a sextet. We've got an alto. We've got trumpet. Then we've got electric bass. I'm excited for this, man. Piano and drums. So that's really cool.
Yeah, this is a great record.
All right.
I'm glad you put this up for debate.
Yeah, I'm hype. I'm hype on that one for sure. So that is all day long for me then.
I don't know
all
if
day
Philippe.
long.
I'm not sure if Felipe's still around, but he might have some other comments on that album. But yeah,
Um, yeah, let us know,
you want-
Felipe. So if you're here, I'm gonna. So we had 73% smash on the last one. What did we do? Oh, we did the Bluesville, right? So that's good to
yeah.
hear. I'll throw up the poll for the Max Roach. Give me another title, brother.
I'm just gonna go. I only have a few left. I'm just gonna go from the bottom. Let's go, bitches. Brew MoFi.
All right. I was saving that one for you.
Yeah, this is a hard pass for me, because I have an early issue of this. I have not an OG, an early issue. I have a MoFi. The Vinyl Me Please box has this in it. This is one of these things that I'm being really disciplined on the past year going into this year. Like, I'm not, it has to be really special for me to go chase like the third reissue of something in the past 5 years at this quality. Of course, it's classic, it's legendary. It's just a hard pass for me because I'm fine with what I got.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good. It's no knock on. I love Miles, you know that. I love Bitches Brew, but it's just I don't need this, so that's why it's a hard pass.
And we've gotten some that second album that came out was I'm not familiar with it. Outtakes, or is it what is that? Because didn't they come out with another issue of this that had some additional tracks or something? Or am I faded on that?
There was a record store day release maybe that had like outtakes. There's a
Okay.
deluxe box on CD that Columbia put out that have outtakes. But the Vinyl Me Please Electric Miles had a really great all analog cut of this that I think is better than the standard MoFi. But the standard MoFi is awesome too. So it's just like I get why they're doing it. There's demand for it. It's gonna sell for them. It's just like let's go get a one step on something that hasn't been done before. So that's why it's a hard pass for me. The Vinyl Kicks wants to know what's so special about this. It's just a MoFi one step.
One step, 33 RPM, double LP, 125 of your dollars. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
This is coming off DSD for those that care. And yeah, there's so many other pressings of this. Again, stuff like, I don't know. I have a hard time spending $125 on this. That's kind of the bottom line for me. I love Miles. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, my hot take is that I don't have much of his later stuff at all, including this record. So I do need a copy. But yeah, I'll probably look for something else.
Yeah.
Just because of the cost. So we're going to hard pass that one. All right. Poll is up, by the way, on the Max Roach. So I'll give you guys a couple extra minutes on that. Let's see. Oh, man, we're kind of getting out of things I'm going to really have much comment on, really. Might need to let you go a few more. I'll throw De La Soul in there, and then I'm going to let you kind of wrap us up, take us home there. Let me pull this one up. Yeah, I mean, I've been talking about recently, I'm really trying to get my hip hop correct. I've been grabbing a lot of stuff. My era really is more 80s. I say that there's a lot of 90s stuff I like too. I really love, especially like the first half of the 90s. Just fantastic stuff that came out of that era too. I do have De La Soul's debut. Just picked it up recently. Not overly familiar with this one, but I'm hype on my hip hop right now. So this is one where I would consider it. Is this one that's difficult to pick up right now? Because they're 3 Feet Under and what is it called? The 3 Feet Under album was really tough to get. In fact, you couldn't even stream it because of copyright issues and stuff like that. So what do you know about this one, Chris?
This came out, I think I was in college. So this is early 2000s, 2006, maybe 2005. This is a hard smash for me. I'm psyched they're getting all of this stuff out.
3 Feet High. Sorry for everyone that's going to total hate on me. 3 Feet High and Rising. That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of cool guests on this album. Ghostface, MF Doom has a track on here, I think. This is just an all day long for me.
And I imagine, did this get a vinyl press? And if it did, it's probably pricey. Is that safe to assume?
I don't know. Honestly, I've never done the research on it. It came out in the early 2000s, so I don't think maybe it was at some point, but that was in a weird time if it was pressed.
Yeah. Of course, now I can't find it, buried somewhere in here, but I don't have a lot of details on it, but yeah, that's cool, man. Limited edition 20th anniversary splatter vinyl. Get your splatter vinyl now. The other one that I have too is that I just showed is on colored vinyl too. So I picked it up because it's just not a lot of options. What's weird, a lot of these get multiple color options, like the 3 Feet High, you can get pink, you can get yellow, you can get, so it's like, but where's the black wax, man? But regardless, De La Soul on splattered wax, I will definitely be smashing on this one too. You're a hard smash on this?
Yeah. Just one of those hip hop groups. I'm going to get everything.
Got it. Get caught up on comments here quickly. On the Max Roach, everyone, high praise for that. Perfect Prescription just to pass because I have the 2023 issue. Cool title though. Never heard a Roach album I didn't enjoy. Vinyl Kick says. In a Silent Way maybe, but I hard pass on this one. Already have a few pressings. I'm assuming we're talking about Bitches Brew on that.
Yeah.
Lovell passing. Has the original MoFi is cool. What's special about? Oh, you already answered that. Sorry, I'm just trying to get caught up here. Great complete sessions on CD. Bitch, maybe that's what it was. The complete sessions that I was thinking of.
Yeah, Columbia's
like different
done a good job
artwork
on
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect Prescription. Have the MoFi for a couple of years back. I am sure that will work for me. Have an original in Japanese quad as well. Got to resist the FOMO. Yeah. Bitches Brew One-Step. Hard pass, says Eric Wong. Welcome, Eric Wong. Glad to have you here. Mad Vinyl NYC. All One-Steps are a no-go. You want to vamp on that, Chris?
I respect his opinion. I think that a lot of One-Steps lately have been a no-go for me, but there are some that I've really enjoyed that I have, whether it's MoFi, small batch stuff, So, but I get it. I think for me, it's more like the titles than anything. The titles just haven't been that strong. And some of the One-Steps I have they sound pretty tired and pretty lame. Like I said, I got rid of the Muddy Waters Folk Singer. I think the Simon and Garfunkel one is iffy. Some of the Stevie Ray Vaughns are a little thin, but yeah, I get it, man. Yeah.
Well, and I tossed that your way too, because I don't even own a One-Step. So, it's like, I don't have it's hard for me to even have an opinion on it. I love Acoustic Miles and have almost 100% of his pre-electric catalog, just not for me, says Jazzy Jeff. Solid Day Soul album, says Danny. End Theory of Midnight Marauders, All Day Long. Yes, of course. Just fantastic titles. Jazzy Jeff, love De La Soul's debut. Yeah, great album. Came out right before the Beastie Boys, right? Paul's Boutique, and they get into that a little bit, how they're like, yeah, we thought we were doing something different, and like we're about to drop it, and boom, here comes De La Soul's album. We're like, come on, man, this is what we were trying to do.
Wait, I want to go back. I just want to go back to Jazzy Jeff. He can comment. Okay. Not even Jack Johnson. That's a pretty much a rock record. You should check that out if you haven't.
Vinyl and Kicks, first 4 De La albums are essential to me. Yeah. So De La's one of those records, I kind of missed him at the time. I was already sort of moving on. Like I said, my sweet spot was really 80s, but I love discovering this stuff now. It's really cool to kind of be coming back to it later. Some of the stuff I've heard, in passing, but I mean, for the most part, it's kind of fresh for me. One Step's mainly a no-go for me because I don't have that one-step money. Vinyl and kicks are speaking my language. Watch Hoffman interview on Westman, says Matt Vinyl. And Lovell is good with the 4 one-steps that he has. All right. You're up, baby. I'm going to throw up the next poll, guys. Max Roach, by the way, 58% smash on the Max Roach.
That's gotta go higher. But Buena Vista Social Club, man, I'm torn on this one. This is gonna be 4 discs, 45 RPM. If you have never seen this documentary, go seek it out and watch it. It's absolutely mind-blowing. All of the artists in here all have solo albums that came out shortly after the documentary was released and kind of revamped their careers a bit. Unbelievable. This is an essential album if you love all types of different music. I have the VMP of this. I am so tempted. Right now, this is a smash only because of the price. And I think it's going to be really popular. This is another thing, like Chad does this. I think it's fantastic he's doing it. This is an album that should be in print all of the time in affordable formats for everybody to investigate. It is one of the greatest albums ever, at least one of the greatest albums of the past, 30 years, 35 years. But I am very tempted to pony up for this one. Maybe I'll sell some stuff to get this because this is probably going to be killer. And I'm assuming it's probably going to sell out pretty quickly.
So $120, but it's 4 LPs.
4 LPs.
45 RPM.
RPM. Yeah. And this is one of those records where it's probably going to do great justice being at 45 RPM, giving that extra room to breathe. Vinyl and kicks. There are a lot of pressings of this. I'm not sure if there's a lot of pressings of this quality. I don't think there is. I think the VMP one is really good. I have that. I don't have any of the other reissues. I mean, heck, if you could just get the CD of it, just get it. But this is one of the greatest albums ever. Just a really cool compilation. And the documentary is essential. So one of the great music documentaries of all time. So this is a smash right now because I have to make some decisions if it's going to, based upon everything else I have on pre-order, I have to see.
Gotcha. It may be a Christmas list item or a birthday list if you got a birthday coming. Planet Impress at Quality Record Pressings includes a 12-page booklet with lyrics and studio images, tip-on old-style gatefold double pocket jackets with film lamination by Stoughton Printing. So, yeah, I've seen this record. I know it's supposed to be great. I have not gotten to it yet. And I know Chris is probably going to drop off here any second since I just said that. But I got to give this a listen, man. I need to. Because I can't really comment on. Well, if this is one where I just fall in love with it, I'm like, I have to have this on wax. This is probably the pressing to get. Because I don't have one. So, 120 for 4 LP, 45 RPM, just to, if this ends up being the best version of it, yeah, I'd smash, but I can't say that now because I just haven't heard it. But you're a smash on this, right?
Yeah, I'm a smash. This is going to be some deliberation over the next couple of weeks.
Sorry, I'm trying to get over this cough, man. All right, well, let's where are we at on the poll, and then I'll jump on these comments here. We got the I'm gonna wrap up. I'll give you guys another minute actually on this last poll we just did. That was the De La, I believe. De La Soul there. Right now we're at 50%, so we need a tiebreaker. Someone hit that poll button. Let us know. Do you smash or pass on the De La Soul? And then I'll throw one up for the one that we just showed here. The Buena Vista Social Club. Okay. Well, why don't you hit these last couple, dude? How many more do we got here?
We scroll up. We have. We'll just go right in order here. Joe Henderson. We have 2 left. Well, we could do Kai and JJ. This is cool. This is an absolute all day long for me. I am psyched about this record. It's going to be a Verve Acoustic Sound Series. Look at the lineup: Bill Evans, Paul Chambers, Tommy Williams, Roy Haynes, Art Taylor,
Yeah.
JJ Johnson, and Kai. I mean, this is going to be. I'm all over it. This is one that I have streamed, have seen. It was like, oh, this would be great to have on vinyl. I've never seen an original. I haven't really looked for it, honestly. Like, I mean, you could go on Discogs and find one. I'm talking about it in a store. So I'm all day long on this.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Kai and JJ, you mentioned it. Paul Chambers, Bill Evans, Roy Haynes on here, Art Taylor. So yeah, I haven't heard this, if I'm being honest, but it sounds like it's right up my alley. Was an impulse release, and a lot of names up there that I love. So I can't imagine not liking it, especially after your glowing review. So yeah, I'll be smashing this for sure. Is there something about this? Do you know much about this record in terms of like its history on vinyl?
I don't. All I know is like, and again, Discogs is endless. eBay's endless. You can probably find it, but I've never seen this out and about in the stores I've been in and I go to in my locals. So, you know, that's why I also love these series, because oftentimes it's a quick hit. You know, you're getting good quality and it's accessible. So
yeah, for sure. Do you have the price right there in front of you by chance? I need to...
$39.99.
So $39, price of a tone poet.
Yep.
You can pick this one up. So De La Soul 58, we pushed it over the edge, baby. That's a smash on that one. I'm about to throw up the Kai and JJ with Bill Evans. The poll is starting right now. Jumping on that, you guys. Yeah, a smash for me for sure.
Spinz, we got one more. I just want to, as we're nearing the end here, I just want to give a huge shout out. Friend of the show, friend of mine, Danny C, who's been very active in the chat tonight. I want to encourage everybody. We're going to drop a link to his Bandcamp. His project is called Interface Theory. He's got several albums out. I just picked up 2 on CD. The first one is Momentary Ghost Reimagined. It's electronic, ambient music. And then this is In the Grand Scheme of Things, revised and remastered. And I think this one has bonus tracks. Yes. All available on all streaming platforms. He's got a bunch of other projects and stuff he's released, but I would encourage everybody, especially if you're a friend of the show and friend of our streams, to go give Danny's stuff a listen. We're going to pin his Bandcamp in the comments on the video. Spinz, I dropped you the link in our private chat. Perfect. So you can do that. But just big shout out to Danny. He's working his ass off the past couple of years, putting some great stuff out. You guys should all go give it a listen.
Yeah, shout out, Danny. Thanks for the love, brother. And everything I've heard, I've been very impressed by. I haven't heard the full CDs yet, but I will definitely be checking those out.
And by the way, this is unpaid sponsorship. I cop these. Danny did not ask for a plug. I don't even think he knew this was happening. So surprise, Danny.
Yeah, so I hope we're not embarrassing you, Danny. But I appreciate you doing that, Chris. Let me do the. I'm going to catch up on. I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick right now. There is a poll up for the Kai and JJ. Definitely weigh in on that. Eric Wong, not impressed by the MJ Thriller One-Step. Yeah, we were saying that when we did the Off the Wall, which they're doing right now, and so I'm on the fence about it. I want to hear it first for sure before I shell out the money for it. Buena Vista Social Club Vinyl and Kick says, love the album, but how many pressings? I know you mentioned on this. 45 RPM makes it tempting. Danny, love this record, but not sure I would drop $120 on it. Yeah, I hear you there. Perfect Prescription BG did my version from a few back. Lovell, Buena Vista, my buddy, has the 8 LP 45 RPM from 2001 from Classic Records. Man, that album is amazing. I'm grabbing the new one. Cool. I'm going to check it out. Jazzy Jeff, love Buena Vista Social Club, but agree with Vinyl Kicks. Too many pressings these days, sticking with my recent repress, but very tempting. Jazzy Jeff, I agree with Chris. It is so great. Better seeing continuous reissues of Buena Vista Social Club than Rumors, says Vinyl. He just can't stop taking shots. Come on, Vinyl and Kicks. Let's part friends here. We're almost done with the stream, baby. All right. I love it. Jazzy Jeff, shoot Chris is right. Okay, got to be the 45. Ninix 111, what's up? Welcome. Shout out Ninix 111 on the verve that John Coltrane is a keeper. That's about it. Perfect Prescription, one of the more affordable impulses for an original. Danny Kabazi, wow, thank you so very much. You are very welcome, Danny. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And also wants to say that he is smashing on kind, JJ. Trombone jazz is the best Jazzy Jeff. Yeah, and there's not enough of them. You know, you got the I mean, how many do you know? I 3, you know, maybe you gotta grab that stuff when it's out there, especially when it's good. All right, we got one more. You said, Chris.
This is it, baby. I mean, this was the announcement of the year. Joe Henderson, another jazz dispensary right next to Michael Jackson there.
There we go.
So this was big for a lot of us. Everybody knows I love Joe Henderson. If you watch the stream, Joe Henderson Multiple is going to be on Jazz Dispensary. Get all the Joe Henderson out. Get his whole catalog out in high quality reissues. This is an all day long for me. Similar to, this is like the Jazz Dispensary's version of the Tone Poet. That's kind of the easiest comparable, or OJC. They do really great stuff. But yeah, all day long, all night long, 365, 24/7.
Releasing on March 7th, 180 gram. AAA lacquers cut from the original master tapes by Kevin Gray and pressed at RTI. I mean, all good news. Top shelf series, as you mentioned. First time reissued in over 50 years on this bad boy. So yeah, good to have this. Good to have this back in the mix. Look, I'm all over it, same as you, man. I gotta have this for sure. So I'm an all day and all night longer on this one. We will throw it right there. By the way, shout out Bobby Hutcherson. Bobby Hutcherson birthday today. No longer with us, obviously, but he's one of my guys, man. You know, I had the posters on that wall, so you can't see it, but yeah, man, Eric Dolphy and Bobby Hutcherson are my guys. So thanks for hipping me to that, Chris. It's good to know we can. I'm gonna pour some out and spin some Bobby Hutcherson tonight, just for the occasion.
Solid. You know, Spinz, I'm looking at this list and just gut check, first impressions. This is kind of my takeaways, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. So just quick, the just ended the Kai and JJ ended at 50%. I just ended it without a tiebreaker because I want to toss up the Joe. That was Joe Henderson, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do Joe Henderson. Take it away, my friend.
So it looks like to me, and I don't have the poll results memorized, but it looks like we're all day long on affordable reissues and stuff that, I mean, I'm counting the OJ series as one item, but 75% of what's up there and all day long is stuff we've waited for, stuff that isn't run of the mill. That Max Roach is known by jazz heads, but you know, people feel like it's a great record. It's going to get recommended. It's affordable. It's $25. The Bluesville stuff is just an extraordinary series, affordable, solid reissues of legendary titles. And then the OJC stuff, I mean, I know some people aren't going to buy all of them, but in general, I think the OJC was favorable. What I'm seeing here is recent, you know, decently priced reissues of titles that people aren't seeing over and over again, that they want access to. But when you go to the bottom, you see the MoFis didn't get a lot of love. For those that missed the Sex Pistols one, we think it's a really cool issue. We're just unsure of what the sound quality is going to be like. Is it something you need on vinyl? Let's say the Bowies we were kind of down on. The CCR, I'm surprised that didn't rank higher. I didn't know you weren't a big fan of them. I'm not liking them for different reasons. I think they could do better. I think you know, you're going to put out the CCR catalog, and I don't know the status of the tapes too. Let me just preface that. But you're going to put out the catalog on colored vinyl for $28. Like, do it the right way. You can get it in the 35 range. That goes in all day long for probably a lot of us in the chat. But you're seeing, like, on the One-Steps and the MoFi stuff, I think it comes down to titles.
And I'm hype on the Rush because they've got 4 different titles coming out now that apparently have not hit wax yet, or if they have, they're pricey. And now we have access to these for 25 to 35 bucks. They're coming out with 4 titles. So I am hype on that for sure.
Yeah, that kind of fall. And again, and if I smash that, that goes into a hard smash, right? Or a smash level. But like I'm not gonna buy them because of the music, but this is what I mean. This is going into a realm where people have access to stuff they want at a reasonable price. Those start your year off rights are reasonably priced, and they're a good product for the most part. So
yeah,
I think what we're seeing here is you're still going to have a market for the high end reissue stuff. There's certainly going to be some of those I'm still going to buy, but I'm kind of glad in a way that they're not titles I want, so I can focus on the ones that seem to be the most reasonable for everybody to have, that everybody wants. That's kind of my high level takeaways when I'm looking at this list and how they ranked.
Yeah, you said it all right there, dude. Absolutely agree. All good stuff. It's funny. I think I think people are passing on stuff that they can go out and buy originals for fair prices. And we're smashing on stuff, like you said, that is a little more difficult to find. Thank God they're keeping this stuff, the music alive, with the Max Roach, Joe Henderson, and the Bluesville series and stuff. I mean, it's great to see that stuff getting reissued. Yeah, I think that list looks pretty good, man. I'm stoked.
I'm going to be excited to see what you decide, because I know you're not buying analog production stuff. I'm excited to see if you decide to give those Buffalo Springfield a swing, or if you're going to look at that box, because that box is worth every penny, man. It's so undervalued.
Yeah, it might actually be, since they haven't announced the 3rd LP yet. Yeah, I might be all over that box, because by the time the box is affordable enough, and like you said, 5 LPs. I mean, yeah, I'm tempted. So I'll definitely have to take a close look at that first before I decide on these pre-orders.
I thought this was a cool idea tonight. I think we should, gather up, see if there's a big wave of reissue or pre-orders, that are going to come out in the future. Maybe do this again. I thought this was pretty eye-opening. It was great to get so much feedback from the viewers, because there's a lot of varying opinions, and I think this is a pretty polarizing topic in the VC for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, you got all over the spectrum, from people that are picking up anything that's reissued, that's got 45 RPM on the jacket, or Kevin Gray or whatever. And so it's like, and then you got people that are just content with picking these things up, or even prefer tracking down. Some of these things would be hidden these are grails for some of these, right? If you can find OGs and stuff like that. So there's people that are just all about that. So yeah, it's all over the place. I think it's cool that they're reissuing this stuff. I know we went back and forth too on some of the stuff getting colored wax. Some people don't care. Some people hate it. I prefer black wax 100%, but a lot of people are, there's a reason why they're doing it. And it's because there are people that just love to see that stuff. And it's a kind of an added feature, if you will, for picking up some of these reissues for some. Let me just smash through these as far as since we're on the topic of smash. Let me smash through the rest of these comments here. Level says Joe Henderson multiple is a big smash for me, and have an OG. Want to hear Kevin Gray mastering.
Wow.
Definitely need that Joe Henderson reissue, says Vinyl and Kicks. Joe Henderson would be all day long for me, says Eric Wong. Kai and JJ, the very first impulse. Oh, didn't know that. Vinyl and Kicks, affordable reissues that are mastered nicely are all we record enthusiasts are asking for. Boom. Well said. That's a mic drop right there. Level seems like everything under $50 is smash. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I love to see that is a consideration for me too. It's like, I'm not going to smash on something that's 125 if I can grab it cheaper. So, I think we're in lockstep on that. No, for me, I'm tired of paying $40 for reissues, $40+ I'm telling you, those 4 ladder rush. Yes, Daddy, I say no more, baby. I'm definitely on, those are going to go into my cart maybe once we hang up here. Thank you, Level. Appreciate the love. Cesar, too many reissues, a lot of money. You got to prioritize. Yes. And Danny, what a great show. Thank you so much, Danny. Appreciate you. Everybody, appreciate you. Love you. Thanks for being here for another Monday. Man, dude, this was so fun, dude. Thank God it's Monday, right, Chris?
I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's the truth. And make sure you like and subscribe to Spinz's channel, putting up great content. Jason is hosting the B-side Surface Noise Thursday night. I'll be there. I'm sure Rojas will be there. Our friend Arnaldo, Jose, the usual suspects. So I think some of this may carry over into that show, but there's certainly be some controversial debates and topics and good fun on Thursday night. So support Jason, come out for that. It's going to be a great time as always.
Facts, my friend. Facts. We'll be back Thursday. Will be really fun. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll see you guys back then on Thursday. What else? I think that's it. I feel like I had an outro and I forgot what it was, but yeah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, Chris, and I appreciate everybody in chat. We'll see you guys next time.
Good night, guys.